But what the difference was, is because kids and the parents get up early in the morning all during the week, the fans go on, exhaust fans in bathrooms, exhaust fans in stoves and stuff like that. Doors get open, windows get open, whatever. So the air, it dissipates the carbon monoxide. In this case, they slept in. They were just getting up, sort of crawling around, not doing anything. We watched a little TV, you know, in the morning, but nobody doing anything. And it slowly took them over, okay? And he got them out. But you see, these things are so dangerous, it's so lethal, and you don't know any of this. But anyway, this thing here, this camera, I'm going to turn it on. It's not an X-ray machine, so it doesn't do anything. It doesn't give you anything. You know what I mean? It's not a ray against you or something. It draws energy. They use these things in helicopters to find bodies, to find creatures of all sort in the soil, to find bodies underground even. They travel. Sometimes you hear the helicopters going along the hydro lines. This is what they use. This thing here will detect if any of the hydro lines are overheating or burning up or anything's going on. And sometimes we've watched, I watched it on film actually, they did this on purpose to test it. They showed high power lines, and they showed something going on with this thing, and they said just run, get out of there. And then they kept it on camera. They put the camera on a stand, and they kept watching it, and the whole thing exploded. And it just blew everything up around it. You never know when these things happen, but I mean, this is why they check these all the time. But this thing here will show you temperatures of a person. It shows you in the walls. It actually shows you the studs inside the wall. It'll show you the insulation and the studs. Okay, I don't know if I can show you this here. I'm going to change the temperature of that wall right there. Now, let's see if you guys can see this. I got to find my hand now. Where did I put it? Yeah, higher. I've lost it. I've lost it. Just a second. Oh, it's not. It's not. Wasn't adjusted. Here, do it again. Okay. Yeah, that's all it takes. There's my hand. Can you guys? I don't know if you guys can see this. It's right in here.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Now, because of that, it shows, as I said, it shows body temperatures and everything. But it will show if there's any, what they call anomalies. I don't know if I thought up that big word, but it's just any unusual things going on. We have found ants' nest in the wall. Okay. I can look at this thing and see the studs and the insulation inside your attic from inside the house. So it's really dramatic what it can do. It shows me all the studs in that wall, all the insulation, everything, every piece of wood that's in there. So there's nothing like that you can do anywhere else, you know. I don't know if you, is anybody interested in seeing it a little closer? I'm going to pass it around. This thing here has cost $7,000. Okay, it's sorry. It can see mice. It can see any body heat from even termites. Yes, but you have to. This thing here is like it's got so many potential abilities. But you go from here into the computer, and then in the computer you can analyze it and move it around and change it inside the computer after it's taken the picture. It's got the trigger there to do that. It's got headlights and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, there's all kinds of adjustments you can do. But I'll pass it around if you're careful with it, okay? Don't pull the trigger. But you can look at the wall and you can see the supports, the studs right in the wall. Have a look. Can you see them? Oh, don't let the light throw you off.
Tell me whether there's any insulation in it.
I'm sorry?
Do my kitchen wall, see if there's any insulation. It's free.
Sure, is it?
That's very cool.
Yeah. Our team, 6 of our people have these.
How many detectors do you need in the house?
Smoke detectors?
No, the...
Carbon monoxide? Well, technically you need only 1 in the house on the floor you sleep, okay? So a lot of people put it beside the furnace, which is absolutely useless. Because again, like I told you, the furnace draws in. So if something happens in the furnace, it will keep it there and feed it up through the house. So you don't put it near the furnace. Now if someone sleeps downstairs, you put one there. Someone sleeps in the top floor, of course that's where they would sleep. You put it in the hallway, in the open area. Okay? So that's what you need. I tell people sometimes, depends on what they have, or a big house, maybe put one on each floor. But it's important that you do these kind of things. But as I said, we educate people on non-allergenic filters, about cleaning your systems in the house. There's a lot of things that are critical here that people don't realize. Are there any questions you guys have at this point?
Do all home inspectors have the same tools?
No.
So not all home inspectors will have this little gadget?
That thing?
Yeah.
No, there's only 5 of us, 6 of us have it, 5 of us have it now. Not everybody has it, no. No, that's a very expensive tool. And on top of that, you can get the tool, and unless you're a level 1 thermographer, it's useless. I mean, in the sense you don't know how to read it. And that's a $2,000 course. So it's $10,000 between the unit itself and the training.
How long has this been, like, how long have you,
How long have,
not you personally, but,
how long has it been around?
yeah.
Oh my goodness, that thing has been around for, I mean, it's been in the Army before. It's been around for a long time, probably, let's say, 20, 30 years. But one of those units there, up to about 5 years ago, was $40,000 just to get that. Sorry?
I think the police had one, but it was like
Yes.
a big box thing, like something
Yeah.
like old-fashioned boxes.
Yeah, even the fireman, I just showed one to a fireman because I was doing an inspection on his house, and he said, we don't even have that. It's a really compact little gun, you know what I call it, and everybody gets upset when I say that, but it's a camera, and it's really convenient. And it's got a stick in it, you know, a memory stick, and you can plug in the computer at the base or take the stick out and put that in, and then you can analyze what you're looking at, and you can change it. So you could take that wall, for instance, and change all the focus and everything else and see what's inside there. You can look at a motor that's overheating to see whether it's running too hot. As I said, you can look at hydro lines and see whether there's anything going on with them, any problems. You can look at a propane tank and see how much fuel you got in there.
How long that they are using it in case there's an issue somewhere, or
Well,
do you see walls?
actually I do. When I do each floor, then I sweep the house. I sweep the basement, and then I'll go to the next floor and then sweep the top floor as well. So yeah, I do that on each floor. And again, what I use it for right now is an education for people to understand what's in their walls. You can go to a basement and you know that they only insulate 4 feet down, okay, because of the frost line. Okay, and what that thing tells me is whether they did it all the way down or not. Now that doesn't mean a whole lot to you because ground doesn't freeze inside. Thanks.
Can I say something about Jean? Jean said the home inspections take 2.5 to 3 hours. He's very, very thorough and a home inspector as good as he is. He's got home inspectors that do 1 hour, and 1 hour, and what can they do? And if you don't know them now, you don't know what they're doing. So be careful when you do those home inspections.
Thank you. It is important that you get someone that knows what they're doing. You know, this thing here, for instance, I just actually was yesterday evening after I'd finished my day, they had an inspector that did a job on a wall, and I met him because the purchaser was saying there's something wrong in the wall. And this fellow had a little yellow skinny thing, and he was going on the wall, and he said, you see the different numbers on the wall? There's moisture in the wall. So I said, no, I don't think so. He said, oh yeah, and he's an inspector, and he's an RHI, and he's got all his little designations and stuff, but he's a young kid. So he just took all of his courses. And you know, younger people, like not me, younger people, because they're used to school and that, you can go in and take those classes and finish them off, polish them off, and pass everything and be a registered home inspector. And he comes in with this little toy, and he puts it on the wall. And then I put this thing on the wall. Now this is not cheap either. This comes from the States. You cannot fool this thing. It's you know, it's top of the line stuff, and that's what we do. Because the States have been ahead of us for years in the sense that, you know, what we did is we trained with the dinosaurs. We went down